Welcome to Jerusalem Temple's weekly broadcast, Christ in a Crisis. Here's Bishop Derek Jefferson with a message for you.
Good evening, my brothers and sisters, and welcome once again to this moment with God. This time where we are talking about Christ in during the crisis. We're picking up this evening, talking about Psalms 23, where we're talking about the God who's more than enough. In our last segment, we talked about the Lord is our shepherd, which means that He is our spiritual guidance. Everything that the believer needs, God will provide. We shall not want. Then He makes us to lie down in green pastures. I talked about sometimes we can go so fast in this life, but God sometimes have to put us down to make us rest. That green pasture, it's not like normal grass. It's like a mattress I talked about, where He cushions us, help us slow down. And then not only does He lead us in the green pasture, make us lie down in green pasture, but He leads us beside the still water, which means He's not only our spiritual guidance, but now He is our directional guidance. He directs the life of the believer. He leads us, He guides us. Old saints used to sing the song, "Lead me, guide me, Lord, along the way." And that's what He's doing in Psalms 23. He makes us to lie down in green pastures. He leads us, He guides us beside the still water. And then not only that, He restores our soul, which means He gives back. He revives us. There was a time, I said earlier, that we need a revival. The church needs a revival. The world needs a revival. Our home needs a revival. Our individual life needs a revival. It is now. We need the Lord to revive us, restore us. And then knowing that, not only does He restore us, but then look what He does. He maketh us to walk in the path of righteousness. Now He is the one who becomes like a GPS. You know how the GPS works. Sometimes in GPS you can be, many times I have been on the highway. I mix my exit and the GPS will tell me that you missed your turn and it reroutes us. How many times as a believer, let's face the fact that we miss the move of God. We miss where God was trying to take us. And so sometimes God has to redirect us to get us back on the plain path of righteousness. I'm so glad that He's that kind of God. He sometimes has to bring us back into divine focus. My brothers and sisters, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He's my spiritual guidance. He's my directional guidance. So not only does God become our directional guidance, He said, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil." So now what God does as our shepherd, He meets our emotional needs. Brothers and sisters, how many of us during this pandemic have become fearful, have become frightened, going in stores, wearing the mask, not knowing who has the COVID, who doesn't have it. And fear has rose up during this time that we're living in. But David said, "I would fear no evil because thou art with me." Brothers and sisters, God, in this chapter, He's our shepherd, our spiritual need. He's our directional need. He maketh us to lie down in green pasture. He leads us beside still water. He's like a GPS when we get off track. He brings us back on focus. He leads us in the path of righteousness, the plain path. God knows how to put you in the place where you belong. And then He said, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil." Now He becomes your God of your emotional needs. We don't have to fear, brothers and sisters. I don't know what you're facing today. I don't know what's going on in your life. But God is not the one who has given us a spirit of fear, but He's the one who gives us sound mind. Brothers and sisters, I want to encourage you this evening. God is our shepherd. He has not forsaken you. He loves you. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Be strong in the Lord, knowing. David said, he will take care of my fears. That's what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to live in fear. He wants you to live in panic, anxiety. He wants you to be anxious. But brothers and sisters, hear me. I want to say to you, rest in the Lord, knowing He's everything you need. He's God who's more than enough. He'll provide your needs. The Bible tells us to ask it shall be given. Seek, we shall find. Knock, and the door shall be open. He's the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore. Let me say to you before I close, if God took care of you yesterday, He's the same God who will take care of you today. He's the same God who will take care of you tomorrow. This pandemic, it seems like it's not going anywhere. But if it doesn't go anywhere, the same God who took care of David, who made him to lie down in green pasture, the same God who leaded him beside the still water, the same God who led him in the path of righteousness, the same God who helped him in the time of his fear, in the shadow of death. He's the same God that will help you today. Brothers and sisters, He's more than enough. Trust Him. Believe in Him. He will take care of you. God bless you.
In this unprecedented time, we need the word now more than ever. We welcome you to join the Jerusalem Temple Apostolic Church family weekly on our conference call each Sunday at 5 p.m. and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. To join the call, dial 617-793-8161 or 978-990-5000. Use the access code 661840. All are welcome. From our pastor, Bishop Derek Jefferson, we will love you to life.